I'm Lisa, 38, and I was pouring coffee for a regular at my cozy cafe, the Daily Brew, when my phone buzzed. It was Tom, my husband of 10 years. I'm done with you, Lisa. I'm moving to Vegas with Jess, my 22-year-old girlfriend. I took all the money from our joint account, LOL. My heart sank like a stone, but I kept my hand steady, handing a customer their latte with a smile. A knot twisted in my stomach, the only sign his words hit me like a punch. I'd built this cafe from nothing, pouring every penny of my savings and every ounce of my soul into it. Tom, he'd been acting shady for months. Late nights he called work, new cologne that stung my nose, sneaky phone calls he'd take in the garage. I served another customer, my voice calm, then locked up the cafe for the day. Tom thought he'd crush me with that text. He had no idea what was coming. For months, I'd seen the red flags waving. 6 months ago, I found a receipt for a fancy steak dinner for two, dated for a night Tom swore he was stuck at the office. His phone, once an open book, suddenly had a password he wouldn't share. He started hanging out with Jess, his work friend from his marketing firm, way too much. She was young, all giggles and hair flips, and he ate it up. 3 months back, I found a bar tab for $200 from a night he claimed he was working late. That's when I got smart. I opened a new bank account at a different bank, quietly moving my personal savings, every cent I'd earned from the cafe. I kept our joint account just full enough, about 2 months' worth of deposits, so Tom wouldn't suspect a thing. I saved every sketchy receipt, every charge he made, hotel rooms, new watches, fancy dinners. I built a paper trail of his lies. Then came his next text, the morning after his bombshell. Don't beg, Lisa. Jess and I leave for Vegas tomorrow. Good luck on your own. You'll need it. I didn't reply. Instead, I called my lawyer, Sarah, who I'd met with weeks ago after finding that bar tab. It's time, I said, my voice steady. He made his move. Sarah's tone was all business. Papers are ready. I'll file tomorrow. Want him served in Vegas? I smiled, picturing Tom's smug face. No rush. Let him think he's won for now. Tom was about to learn I wasn't the pushover he thought I was. The next day, Tom texted again, his words dripping with arrogance. You're too old to fight this, Lisa. My share of the cafe will pay for our new life with Jess. I laughed, a sharp sound that echoed in the empty cafe, and called the bank. I need to report fraud, I said. 2 plane tickets to Vegas and a 5-star hotel booked on our joint card. The banker's voice had a grin in it. Got proof he used the card for his girlfriend? I forwarded Tom's texts, including his LOL about stealing our money. Within hours, the charges were canceled, and Tom was cut off from the card. By noon, he and Jess were stuck at a grimy motel near the airport, their Vegas dreams grounded. Tom's texts turned nasty. You'll regret this, old lady. The cafe's half mine, and I'm coming for it. I didn't bite. My cafe was buzzing, customers lining up for my new blueberry scones. Then Tom's sister Emily called, her voice sharp. Lisa, why are you being so mean? Tom says you're ruining his fresh start. I put her on speaker while I frosted cupcakes. Did he mention stealing our money and running off with Jess? Silence stretched long. He said you pushed him away, made him miserable, she mumbled. I offered, want me to read his texts? The one where he brags about taking our cash? Emily stammered an apology and hung up. Tom's big escape was crumbling, and I was just getting started. Monday's emergency court hearing was a show I'll never forget. My lawyer, Sarah, laid out the evidence like a winning hand. Tom's texts bragging about emptying our account, receipts for his secret hotel stays, my meticulous records of every dollar he'd spent on his midlife crisis. Tom showed up in tight designer jeans and a blazer that screamed, trying too hard. Jess waited outside, her youth stark under the harsh courthouse lights. Sarah held up Tom's text. I took the money, LOL. The judge raised an eyebrow. You admit to fraud, Mr. Carter? Tom shifted, his face red. I just wanted a clean break. His lawyer, looking desperate, tried. My client made mistakes, but Lisa's been vindictive, hiding assets. Sarah fired back. She protected her cafe and her home, inherited from her mom, and kept in her name. That's not vindictive, it's smart. The judge nodded, her eyes sharp. She froze all shared accounts and ordered Tom to repay every cent he'd taken. My cafe and house? Untouched, all mine. I'd kept them separate despite Tom's whining to combine everything for us. His face fell as the judge's gavel hit. Outside, I heard Jess whining about their canceled Vegas plans. Tom's reply was lost in the sound of my heels clicking confidently on the marble floor, heading back to my cafe. That night, the place was packed, customers whispering their support, some slipping extra tips. Tom's mom called, her voice shaky. He was cruel, Lisa. Those texts, I'm sorry we believed him. I thanked her, hung up, and poured myself a coffee. My life was moving forward, and Tom's was stuck in reverse. 6 months later, the Daily Brew opened its second location, a sleek spot downtown. Local news ran a story calling me a savvy businesswoman, not a scorned wife. I framed Tom's cruel text in my office. Have fun with your little cafe. It'll keep you busy in your old age. Below it, my latest business award sparkled. Tom, he's crashing with his parents, working a dead-end retail job after his marketing firm sidelined him for dating Jess, a coworker half his age. She dumped him for a guy her age, posting online about dodging a bullet. Her Instagram stories were gold, complaints about Tom's big plans that never panned out. At a local business event, I spoke to new entrepreneurs, my voice steady. Trust your gut, I said. Keep your business safe like I did. A young woman, nervous, asked about mixing love and money. My ex called me paranoid for keeping my cafe separate, I said. Then he tried to claim half in our divorce. Protect yourself. It's not paranoia, it's power. My cafe chain's at 5 locations now. Each one proof I didn't just survive Tom's betrayal, I thrived. His text wasn't my ending, it was my beginning. A year after the divorce, I hosted a grand opening for my third location. The place was packed, local reporters snapping photos. My story wasn't about Tom's betrayal anymore. It was about building something unstoppable. Tom's sister Emily showed up, her face sheepish. We were wrong about you, she said, picking up a scone. Tom played the victim, but those texts, we're ashamed we bought his lies. I nodded, keeping it polite. Their apologies came too late, but they didn't matter. My cafe was thriving, and so was I. Tom's mom called one last time, her voice heavy. He's still blaming everyone. You, Jess, his boss. We're done making excuses for him. I listened, then hung up. Their drama wasn't my problem anymore. My phone buzzed with new orders, not Tom's desperate texts. At the 5-year anniversary of the Daily Brew, I stood in my flagship store, now the heart of a small empire. A new employee, a young woman named Mia, asked about the framed text in my office. It's a reminder, I said, smiling, not of pain, but of what I overcame. Tom's living in a garage apartment now, scraping by, his young at heart dating profile gathering dust. Me? I'm planning a 6th location and a line of branded coffee blends. His cruel text thought it'd break me. Instead, it built me stronger.